February 26, 2011. A Canadian prison. 63-year-old R.Reaper bleeds out on his cell floor from multiple stab wounds. His cellmate Hans guards the bloodied shiv and says, "That piece of shit is down on the range." Reaper dies, ending a life that terrorized dozens for over a decade. But Reaper wasn't just any criminal. He led one of the most brutal cults in North American history, the Anthill Kids. Between 1977 and 1989, he subjected followers to torture, performed amateur surgeries with kitchen knives, forced children to abuse each other, and murdered at least 2 people. He amputated limbs, pulled teeth without anesthetic, forced followers to break their own legs with sledgehammers, and even drilled into a dead woman's skull and ejaculated on her brain trying to resurrect her. This is the complete story of the Anthill Kids. Viewer discretion strongly advised. This is dark. Reaper was born May 16, 1947, in Quebec, Canada. Intelligent but arrogant, he taught himself English just to prove his superiority. After stomach surgery left him with chronic pain, he became obsessed with religion and health. He joined the Seventh-day Adventist Church and discovered he had a gift, charisma. He could persuade anyone. By Reaper convinced an entire group of Adventists to quit their jobs, abandon families, and form a commune under his leadership. He called himself Moses in French, and proclaimed himself a prophet. The group became known as the Anthill Kids for their tireless work ethic, but the church quickly kicked them out for bizarre behavior. Reaper's solution: moved deep into the Canadian wilderness. In 1978, he took his followers to a remote mountainside in the Gaspé Peninsula. He called it Eternal Mountain and claimed the world would end in February 1979. They needed to prepare, to purify themselves, to suffer for salvation. Life in the commune was brutal. Primitive shelters, back-breaking labor, scarce food. But Reaper claimed suffering was necessary for spiritual purification. Cut off from the outside world with no phones, no contact, the followers had only his version of reality. When February 1979 came without an apocalypse, Reaper just said he'd miscalculated, and his followers believed him. That's how complete his control was. Then the real abuse began. Reaper drank heavily despite preaching abstinence, and his violence escalated.